Morning everyone. A bit weird today because Lucy's not here. She's not very well. She's up at QA being checked over and make sure she's okay. So fingers crossed, and hopefully she'll be back with us next week. So it is a bit strange here because I'm effectively, feels like I'm talking to myself in a marquee. It's a bit windy today as well, so it's quite a lot of noise. So hopefully you'll be able to hear me okay. Week 5, halfway through. Where's that time gone? So we're looking at plants and flowers this week. This is your thing, arriving hot press, hopefully in your emails in the morning. And what we're going to be looking at today is just some very basic stuff to start with. Next week we're looking at botanical illustration. That's something completely different. That's very different, and we'll be looking at really looking at the detail then and how we translate that. But this week is just looking at plants, looking at their overall shapes, the lines that they create, how they react with each other. So if you've got a bunch of flowers, how you've got one set of flowers next to the other. So that's what we're going to be doing. I've set out quite a few exercises and I've given you quite a lot of examples this week. And what I'm hoping as well is that you're going to bring all your mixed media experience through so we can get more practice with that. Lots of colour hopefully, although my garden is essentially green. There isn't a lot of, I like sculptural plants, so I have a lot of things with big leaves and things like that. In fact, the flowers that I've got today are lilies. Here we go, here they go. Okay. And I like these because they smell nice, but also they create these lovely dramatic shapes and forms. So one of the first exercises that I want you to do is I want you to do a continuous line drawing. And we have done this before. It's essentially take a pen, take a biro, and I want you to put your pen on the paper and I want you to observe your flowers, your plants, and follow the lines. Don't worry about the detail. What happens is that this is about getting your eye in and really looking at something, really observing something. We will then build that up. So you only need to spend, a couple of minutes at the most on a continuous line drawing, but it really just gets us warmed up and gets our eye into our subject. What I've done is I've created a separate video which illustrates that. It's one of these time-lapse videos, so it looks like I'm going really quickly. Yeah, it's good stuff. But there you go. So that will be online separately. What I just want to demonstrate now is, or in a minute, is the basic shape side of things. All right. Just a couple of things I just wanted to show you first. Continuous line drawing. You see that? Looks like that. Okay. These are. I saw this. Somebody, an artist, had done this on Instagram. Effectively, if you run out of paper, or you want a different surface to work on. It's my cake box, coffee cake giving away. I love a bit of coffee cake. So just unfold them and you've got this really nice surface to work on. This one here, this is a tissue box, but cereal boxes are good as well because they're quite thick, so you can paint on them. And they've got this slightly rough surface, so they actually, soft pastels, they work quite well on them as well. So I just thought they were a bit of fun as well. So give those a go. All right. Another one I did earlier. All right. This is the carbon pencil. I like that at the moment. All right. Put those up there. So you can see those. Right. And the paper's in place. So basic shapes. So, and I'm really not detail. This is really break it right down. So I'm looking at my lilies here. Let's get rid of that actually, because that's in the way. My lilies here, and I'm just looking very carefully. I'm just looking at the forms that I've got, and as simple as that's right. As simple as that. There's actually quite a nice leaf here. There's another nice leaf down here, which I'm just going to do basic shape for. Alright, that's just a little basic shape. Simple as that. The other thing to think about is the shapes and the spaces in between, because that also will help you to get things in place and really play with that relationship of one part to another. Once you've got a basic shape in there, that's when you can then start going in almost like another level of looking, and you can start thinking about, okay, well now actually on these, I'm using the side of this piece of charcoal now. They come out like this, and they're a little bit more angled like that, and then they've got these lovely lines in them, and they've got these little bits that come out at the top, and there's a line coming in here, and they're slightly rounded at the bottom here, and then I've got this lovely stem coming out here. Just to say, we can then start to build it up. Once you've got the line and the shaping, then you can start thinking about tone. So actually in here there's a nice bit of tone. And with charcoal you can just literally do a line and just rub it. And that tells me that there's a bit of dark tone in there. And there's a bit of dark tone in around the centre here. Okay. The other thing is nice to do is if you've got something that's got a real strong colour, take something like a soft pastel, a crayon, a bit of paint, and slap on some colour, and put your shapes in with colour. You could even put your shapes in with colour first, paint them in, paint shapes in first, and then go over the top with, say, a bit of charcoal or a bit of graphite, and build your shapes up then. So that is our basic exercise for today. You can go on then to be inspired by some of the artists that I've talked about and I've referred to in the instructions that I've given you. All right, and have a look through those. Let's see how your environment, your gardens. If you haven't got a garden, you can get out and about. We can get out and about a lot more now, so you can get out and about a bit more, or go and buy yourself a bunch of flowers. Go and treat yourself, like I did to my lilies, and some nice bright colours. Let's have lots of mixed media this week, so I can see how you've been practicing, and we can get a bit more practicing with that. I'm getting some paints out actually, which is something that I haven't done for a long time, so I'm practicing with paints, very much out of my comfort zone at the moment. So again, I'm just taking material, playing with it, find out what it will do. Some of the results are not very good at the moment, so but they're up and around the studio, or the marquee, should I say. That's it for today. Have a good week, have a good play, enjoy itself, lots of bright colour. It's going to be really sunny this week, so let's have lots of colour and fun. And fingers crossed, Lucy will be back with us next week, and hope she's alright. See you next week. Alright, bye.